After the WhatsApp group for our neighborhood fruit co-op hit its maximum capacity, Brenda, the owner of the local boutique fruit shop, removed me, the very person who built the community, from the chat. The group is full, honey. My niece is coming to help out, so we're just clearing out some old customers, she messaged privately. I stared at the system notification. You were removed from the group and fell into deep thought. In the beginning, I was the one who pulled in over 300 neighbors from the lakeside condos. I was the one who started the first order every single morning. Just last week, I organized a bulk buy of 100 boxes of imported durian for her. I never expected to be the first one kicked to the curb. I didn't storm down to Brenda's shop to argue. Instead, I took a screenshot of the "you were removed" notification and forwarded it directly to the main Lakeside HOA community chat, the one with every owner in the complex. When hundreds of neighbors saw it, the backlash was instant. People started quitting her group in droves, organizing a boycott of her shop. Watching her member count plummet from 500 to 50, Brenda finally panicked. She showed up at my door with a fruit basket, begging me to rejoin. It all started at 10 p.m. when my phone buzzed on a coffee table. I picked it up to see a notification from Brenda's Boutique Fruits. Brenda had sent out a blast to the group. At everyone, the group is at capacity, neighbors. Here's the deal. My niece is coming to help at the store next week, and I need to add her as an admin to manage the books. Since we're full, I might have to remove some inactive old customers to make space. Thanks for understanding. Below the notice, a row of people replied with thumbs up emojis. I was just about to type a response when a DM popped up from Shirley, who lived across the hall. She was my first friend in the building. Annie, did you see Brenda's message? She says she's purging people. I replied, yeah, just saw it. Shirley sent a "don't worry" sticker. Don't you worry, Brenda wouldn't dare kick you. You're the head organizer. If she touches you, I'm the first one out the door. I looked at the words head organizer and almost laughed. It wasn't like it was an official job title. I typed back, calm down, Shirley. She's probably just removing people who never order. Shirley replied, she wouldn't dare kick you even if she kicked everyone else. If she messes with you, that group dissolves tomorrow, believe me. I was about to reply when Shirley sent a voice note, her voice lowered to a whisper. Annie, I'm being honest. If you hadn't taken the lead, that fruit shop would have folded ages ago. Remember when she was just swatting flies in there all day? You went in to buy apples, felt sorry for her, and gave her the idea? You practically held her hand and taught her what group buying was, what pre-order meant. The 300 people in this group, you brought them in one by one. You're practically a silent partner. She wasn't wrong. I tore open a sheet mask, ready to apply it and go to bed. Suddenly, my phone screen buzzed with a sharp haptic feedback. A gray system message popped right in front of my eyes. You have been removed from the group by admin. My hand, holding the sheet mask, froze in midair. The cold serum dripped down my wrist, chilling my skin. I stared at the text, my mind blank for 3 seconds. I was kicked. Instinctively, I tapped on the group chat again. WhatsApp flashed the alert. You are no longer a participant in this group. The phone buzzed again. It was Shirley. She sent a string of question marks. Question mark. Annie, is this a joke? I just saw the system log. Brenda removed you. I took a deep breath and went to my main chat list. The 500-member fruit group, which had been buzzing for nearly a year, was gone. I replied to Shirley, it's true. Just got the notification. Shirley immediately tried to video call me. I declined. I didn't want to talk. Her voice note came through instantly, her voice cracking with rage. How dare she? Annie, has she lost her mind? This is biting the hand that feeds you. No, I'm going to go give her a piece of my mind. Why would she kick you? I'm going to make her add you back right now. I typed a calm reply. Shirley, don't go. Shirley didn't understand. Why? You're going to take this insult? I can't stomach this. She kicked you because she doesn't want to deal with me anymore. She posted that notice just to set the stage. It wasn't a slip of the finger. I don't believe it. Was it an accident? Annie, wait. Let me check the member count. A minute later, Shirley sent a screenshot. It was the participant list. The number at the top was blinding. 499 participants. Shirley's voice was trembling. Annie, the group was capped at 500. She really only kicked you. Her niece isn't even in yet. She did it just to make one spot specifically for her niece by kicking you out. I looked at the screenshot of 499, forgetting all about the face mask. Last week, I helped remove 100 boxes of premium durian. Everyone in the chat praised me for finding such high-quality stock, sweet and affordable. Last month, I connected her with a supplier for a bulk order of longans, selling over 300 crates. She tried to Venmo me a $100 thank you bonus, but I refused it. Brenda used to tag me in the chat, calling me her lucky charm. 1 week later, the group is full, and the lucky charm is the first one she scrubs. I tossed the dried-out sheet mask into the trash. Shirley's voice notes kept pinging. She was practically screaming. This Brenda is burning bridges. Without you, what does she know about community management? She didn't even know how to create a pre-order link. Annie, you have to demand an explanation. You can't let her use you like this. I leaned back on the sofa, my emotions settling from shock into a cold resolve. I replied to Shirley calmly. Shirley, she kicked me because she thinks she doesn't need me anymore. If I go to her now, she'll just say, the group was full, nothing I could do. This was premeditated. Shirley wasn't having it. We can't just let it go. I can't swallow this. I stared at the ceiling. Shirley, of course we aren't letting it go. Shirley, so what's the plan? Tell me. I didn't reply to Shirley again. I didn't go find Brenda to argue. Instead, I opened a screenshot of that gray "you have been removed" notification. Then, I opened another group. Lakeside Condo Owners Association. This group had thousands of members, the real community hub. I posted the screenshot, clean and simple. Below the image, I added a caption. Brenda's Boutique Fruits is doing so well that her 500-person group is full. As the longtime customer who helped organize the buys and invite neighbors, I was the first one purged. For anyone looking to buy fruit in the future, you might want to look elsewhere. At everyone, just wanted you to see this. After hitting send, I muted the group. A year ago, Brenda's business was failing. She was on the verge of missing rent. I remember her sitting on the curb crying, saying her husband wanted her to close up and move back to her hometown. He called her useless for not being able to keep a simple shop running. It was me who suggested the WhatsApp group model, focusing on low margins and high volume. It was me who taught her how to use the scheduling tools, how to take aesthetic photos of the fruit. Now, business is booming. Her prices are already at least 20% higher than the Freshway market across the street. The neighbors kept buying from her out of respect for me. But now, she thinks old customers are just taking up space. Shirley's DMs lit up again. Annie, you posted in the main HOA group? Nice move. I just saw it. The board chat is blowing up. Shirley continued. I bet her invisible niece finally showed up and decided you, the head organizer, were in the way. They want to take over the group themselves and kick the founder to the curb. That aunt and niece pair. So short-sighted. I smirked. Brenda's good days were over. I took out a fresh sheet mask and carefully applied it to my face. Lights out. Sleep. The next afternoon, I went out to throw away the trash and passed by Brenda's shop. She was standing at the door, enthusiastically cutting mango samples for some new tenants. When she saw me, her eyes darted away, and she immediately turned her head, pretending not to see me. I walked past expressionlessly. I could hear her bragging behind me. Our fruit quality is the best. The whole complex loves it. Come, scan the QR code to join the group. My niece just started, and we have daily discounts. The new tenants beamed and scanned the code. Oh, wonderful. Thanks, Brenda. I turned and walked into the Freshway Market supermarket opposite her. The produce section was quiet, and I browsed slowly. The stock clerk knew me and greeted me warmly. Annie, what are you looking for today? I heard you and Brenda had a falling out. She's not right. Stick with us from now on. I smiled. Just looking. Shirley was live streaming for me in the owners group. At everyone, I just walked past the fruit shop. Brenda's niece is here and acting high and mighty, turning her nose up at us old residents. She's all over the new people, but ignores those of us who've been buying for a year. I messaged Shirley. I just saw it too. Shirley, she's doing it on purpose. I'm so mad. I picked up a dragon fruit and weighed in my hand. Don't be mad. She didn't just lose one customer. She lost the trust of the entire complex. My counterattack was already taking effect. In the owners group, the screenshot of me being kicked out was going viral. Anyone who was in Brenda's fruit group saw it. Anomalies began to appear in Brenda's chat. Shirley kept sending me updates. System message. Neighbor A left the group. System message. Neighbor B left the group. System message. Neighbor C left the group. In less than half an hour, dozens of longtime neighbors exited the chat. Now, Brenda was getting nervous. She posted a nervous, smiley face emoji. Oh my, why is everyone leaving? Space is tight. You guys understand, right? Help me invite some new neighbors so I can give out coupons. She thought that after kicking me, people would still help her recruit. Shirley messaged me. Annie, the moment she said that, 30 more people left. She's an idiot. She's panicking now, sending out random small gift credits, but nobody is claiming them. Brenda was officially spiraling. She started pleading in the chat. Don't just leave. My niece just got here. Please support us. 20% off cherries tonight. The group remained dead silent. Finally, a mom who frequently joined my bulk orders couldn't take it anymore. At Brenda, where is our original organizer? Annie from Building 12. Why hasn't she said anything all day? That question lit the fuse. Brenda pretended not to see the tag. She pivoted and posted a link for a daily special. Jumbo cherries, group by today, only $5.99 a pound. The mom tagged her again. Brenda, where are you? I'm asking you a question. Don't play dumb. Brenda playing dumb was the last straw for Shirley. She couldn't hold back and launched an attack right in the group. Brenda, you kicked Annie out. So what are you pretending for? That sentence was like pouring water into hot oil. The group instantly exploded. What? Annie was kicked? No way. Annie is the soul of this group. Brenda, you can't kick her. Without Annie, how do we know what's good? Several other frequent buyers realized what happened. Right. Annie was helping us organize the durian order yesterday. Brenda, say something. This is ungrateful. I just ordered durian. Refund. Brenda, refund. Dozens of people were tagging Brenda. She was still playing dead. Shirley laughed coldly and dropped the screenshot of "You have been removed by admin" right into the chat. Proof is right here. Brenda, what do you have to say? With the hard evidence dropped, the members were furious. A wall of refund messages finally forced Brenda out of hiding. She posted an awkward laughing emoji. Everyone calm down, calm down. The fruit quality is guaranteed. Tonight's shipment is in. She was still dodging the issue. A neighbor gave her an out. Brenda, add Annie back and apologize to the group, and we'll let it slide. We'll still buy from you. Brenda ignored that. She turned around and posted a spend $20 get $5 off coupon. Shirley pressed her. Brenda, why did you kick Annie? Explain it in front of everyone. Cornered, Brenda actually started lying. She left the group herself. What does it have to do with me? She's just arrogant. She probably got jealous that my niece came to help and stole her thunder. I cater to her every day. Did I do something wrong? Shirley forwarded the chat logs to me. Reading Brenda's massive lie, I laughed out of pure anger. This woman really had the nerve. She thought that because I wasn't in the group, she could drag my name through the mud. But the neighbors weren't stupid. Brenda, you're lying. Why would Annie leave? Exactly. Annie isn't that kind of person. Seeing she couldn't suppress the doubts, Brenda snapped. Buy if you want, or get out. She opened the member list and kicked Shirley, along with the moms who were questioning her the loudest. Shirley immediately messaged the main owners group. Annie, she kicked me. She kicked Coco's mom too. She's lost it. She kicked everyone who questioned her. Now, the situation had blown up completely. Shirley and the kicked moms were seething. They bundled all the screenshots of Brenda lying and kicking people and dumped them into the Lakeside HOA community main chat. At everyone, Brenda's fruit shop is not only ungrateful, but dishonest. If you question her, she kicks you. Do not buy from this shady shop. Brenda was still posting imperial edicts in her shrinking group. This group is for orders only. Anyone discussing unrelated topics will be removed. As soon as she said that, the member count fell off a cliff. 400, 300, 100. Finally, it settled at just over 50 people. The remainders were just Brenda's relatives and the few new tenants she had just pulled in. That evening, I went downstairs for a walk. Brenda's shop was deserted. The pile of sample fruit slices she had cut sat at the door. Not a single person asked about them. As the sun went down, the fruit began to wilt, attracting flies. Brenda's karma arrived faster than I imagined. By the next day, a faint rotting smell drifted from her storefront. The expensive imported fruit she had stocked up for the group was piled up like a mountain. Durian, mangosteens, cherries. Now, they were all ignored, beginning to spoil and rot in the heat. Blowflies buzzed over the decaying skins. Neighbors walking by covered their noses and gave the shop a wide berth. What does that smell? It's awful. Brenda's fruit, right? Shame. When Annie was here, that stuff sold out instantly. She kicked Annie. She deserves it. No one is organizing for her now. I walked by on my way back from Freshway Market. Brenda's new niece was standing at the door, waving her hand in disgust. She shouted into the shop, Auntie, why did you order so much stock? It's all rotting. How can we do business with this smell? You've offended everyone. How is this going to work? Brenda didn't make a sound from inside. I glanced over. She was hunched behind the register, staring dead-eyed at the Freshway Market across the street. The supermarket's produce section was packed, business booming. The checkout line snaked back into the aisles. Her shop was empty. The anxiety and panic on her face were visible from across the road. For the first time, she truly felt fear. She wasn't ready to give up. In her group of only 50 people, she frantically sent out digital red packets, credits. She sent a $200 credit drop. Half an hour passed, and only 5 people claimed it, all her relatives. She sent another. At everyone, come get your credits. Free cherries today. At everyone, imported mangosteens at blowout prices tonight. Buy one get one free. My niece is new here. Please show some support. Dead silence. After a long time, a new tenant, added just yesterday, asked, "How do I claim?" Below that, a burner account belonging to an old neighbor replied, "Don't buy it. It's not fresh. This owner has no integrity. She kicked the organizer, and now the fruit is rotting in the store. It was better when Annie was here. The stuff she picked was actually good." Brenda furiously posted a row of exclamation marks, then quickly deleted them. She kicked the person who said not fresh. I watched her futile struggle and found it laughable. Just then, her phone rang. It was a supplier. She answered, her voice trembling. "Hello, Mr. Lou. What? Payment? Mr. Lou, this batch. This batch is all rotten. I don't have the money. Give me 2 more days." I don't know what was said on the other end, but Brenda's face went sheet white. Don't come down here. I'll figure it out. I'll find a way right now." She hung up and collapsed in her chair. That night, Shirley texted me. "Annie, Brenda just DM'd me. She asked if you were mad. She wants me to mediate and get you to come back." Shirley sent a screenshot. Brenda's tone was pathetic. "Shirley, please talk to Annie for me. We're neighbors. It's not a big deal. I was wrong, Shirley. I was truly wrong. I let that niece of mine confuse me. Tell her to come back. She could be the head organizer again." Shirley replied to her, "Brenda, what you did was dirty. Annie is fine. She just won't be eating your fruit anymore." "Brenda, don't say that, Shirley. Help me set up a meeting. I'll apologize in person." Shirley didn't reply again. She sent me a voice note. "Annie, she's desperate. She is really panicking. The suppliers are at her door. I heard her lease is up next week. She hasn't made a dime these past few days and lost thousands in inventory. She's like a cat on a hot tin roof." I replied, "She brought this on herself. She thought I wanted something from her. She was wrong. She thought that controlling the WhatsApp group meant she could do whatever she wanted. She didn't know that people didn't trust her group. They trusted the person." After hanging up, I went back to watching TV. Not long after, the doorbell rang. I looked through the peephole. It was Brenda. She had finally swallowed that pitiful pride of hers. She thought that simply adding me back to the group would reset everything to the way it was. She still didn't understand where she had gone wrong. The doorbell rang 3 times before I leisurely walked over to open it. Brenda stood in the hallway, her expression excruciatingly awkward. In her hand was a very small fruit basket containing a few apples and bananas. They were the most basic fruits, and one apple had a visible bruise. It was a stark contrast to the hundreds of boxes of premium durian I had helped her move. "Annie, have you had dinner?" I blocked the doorway, giving no indication I would let her in. "Brenda, do you need something?" My expression was placid. Brenda squeezed out a smile that looked more like a grimace. "Annie, I came to apologize. Look, I've been so busy lately, dizzy really. The group was full, and my niece doesn't know how things work. She insisted I add her. She's young, wanted to manage the group herself, kept whispering in my ear. I just got confused and clicked the wrong button." She was still pushing the blame onto circumstances and her niece. "I really didn't mean to, Annie. Don't take it to heart." I looked at her. "Brenda, whether the group was truly full or not, we both know the truth. 499 people. That was to clear exactly 1 spot for me, right?" Brenda's smile froze. She didn't expect me to be so blunt. "Oh, Annie, listen to me. Let bygones be bygones. Be the bigger person. Don't hold a grudge." She tried to shove the shabby fruit basket into my hands. "You come back to the group, and you could be the organizer again." "Okay." I didn't take it. She held the basket, her hand hovering in midair, utterly humiliated. She grit her teeth and played her trump card. I'll give you a commission. 5% on every order. No, 10%. Annie, are you happy now? That's sincere enough, right? I laughed in disbelief. "Commission? Brenda, I didn't help you for kickback. I helped you recruit neighbors and taught you operations because we are neighbors. I didn't want to see your business fail and have you pack up and leave. But how did you treat me? Do you take me for a fool? Now that business is dead and suppliers are chasing you for debt. You remember me? This isn't an apology, Brenda. This is desperation." My voice wasn't loud, but Brenda's face turned crimson instantly. I had stripped her bare, and she couldn't keep up the facade of the polite apology. Her shame turned into anger. "So what do you want? I came to your door with a gift to apologize. What more do you want? It was just kicking you out of chat group. What's the big deal? You want me to get on my knees?" Her true nature was exposed. She didn't think she was wrong. She just thought she was unlucky. She was only here to hire me back to make her money. At that moment, the door across the hall opened. Shirley stepped out, arms crossed, staring coldly at Brenda. "Wow, Brenda, apologizing at the top of your lungs? Annie, don't believe a word. She's just seeing her business crash and wants to use you again. Surely back me up. Brenda, business requires a conscience. How did Annie help you? And you turn around and kicked her. Now you regret it? Too late. You think a few rotten apples will buy Annie back? You think she's a beggar? Brenda looked at the two of us, her face flushing red and white. She knew she wasn't getting through that door today. She angrily slammed the fruit basket onto the floor. Apples rolled everywhere. Fine, you two are amazing. Gang up on the outsider. Don't join then. I don't believe that without you. My fruit shop can't survive. She stomped her feet and slunk away. I looked at the fruit basket on the floor and didn't move. Shirley walked over and kicked the bruised apple. What trash. Bringing rotten apples to apologize. She's got nerve. I closed the door. Shirley, she won't last long. She's offended everyone. The continued slump of Brenda's fruit shop made the neighbors, who were used to the convenience of group buying, start to complain. After all, while Brenda's character was flawed, the group buy model had brought real value. Freshway Market was close, but the prices were higher. The moms who were kicked out first started venting in the main owners group. Sigh, buying fruit is such a hassle now. Brenda's group is dead. Freshway is expensive. What do we do? I miss when Annie was here, fresh and cheap fruit every day. Exactly, if Annie picked it, you could buy it blind. At Annie, start another one. I saw the tag and replied immediately. I won't organize one, but I support you guys doing it yourselves. Shirley saw the demand. She DM'd me. Annie, the neighbors say it's inconvenient. Should we start our own? I thought about it. Shirley, you guys do it. I'll support you. Shirley, you won't be the organizer? People only trust you. I smiled. Shirley, I don't want to be the organizer anymore. I just want to be a normal neighbor. If you guys organize, I'll be the first to order. Shirley understood. Done. Annie, with that word from you, we're doing it. Shirley and the enthusiastic moms were forces of nature. They were the local bosses of the complex with wide networks. They didn't go to second-tier wholesalers. They drove to the large suburban fruit distribution centers and even used connections to find direct farm owners. They created a small chat, discussed for 3 days, and finalized the workflow, delivery, and customer service. We aren't doing this for profit, just for convenience. We add $1 per order for gas and runner fees. Quality has to be the best. We taste test first, bypassing all middlemen. That afternoon, a new chat group was born. The name was simple, Lakeside Fresh Share. Shirley and the moms posted the QR code in the main owners group. Neighbors, we contacted the fruit farms directly, no lemon markup. Guaranteed lowest price in the complex. Absolute freshness. This is a new group. Join if you want. They specifically tagged me. At Building 12 Annie. Annie is in the group too. Don't worry. I immediately spoke up in the chat. At everyone, I joined. Come on in. My presence was the gold standard. The old neighbors from Brenda's group flooded in. In just one day, the new group broke 500 members. Shirley had to open a second group immediately. The new group's operation was completely transparent. Every day, they posted the chat logs with suppliers and the wholesale invoices with sensitive info redacted. Only a 10% markup for runner fees and spoilage was added, clearly stated. The prices were 30% lower than Brenda's cheapest days. The first order was Fuji apples from a direct orchard shipment. They arrived the next day. Neighbors received them and flooded the chat with photos. These apples are so sweet. Way better than Brenda's. This is real value for money. Thank you, Shirley. Thank you, Coco's mom. You guys are awesome. The new group was a hit. I heard that when Brenda found out, she smashed her scale in the shop. She even tried to sneak into the new group with a burner account. As soon as she applied, Shirley saw it. Brenda, you dare show your face. Shirley rejected her application and posted the screenshot of her burner account to the main owners group. At everyone, Brenda is trying to sneak into the fresh share group. Watch out. Brenda was publicly shamed and became the laughingstock of the complex. She had been completely replaced. Watching the new group catch fire while her shop sat empty, the weight of rent and lost inventory crushed Brenda. Instead of reflecting on herself, she grew hateful. She started spreading rumors in the complex. She cornered people at the elevators. Hey, Mrs. Lee, don't buy from that new group. I heard their fruit comes from shady sources. The price is so low. They must soak it in chemicals. Who's responsible if you get sick? Stick to my shop. I have insurance. She even marked down her near-rotting fruit to 90% off. Last 3 days. Liquidation sale. Buy one, get 5 free. She tried to use rock-bottom prices to lure bargain hunters. But the effect was minimal. A neighbor reported Brenda's rumors in the fresh share group. At Shirley, Brenda is saying our fruit has pesticides. Is that true? Shirley and the team reacted immediately. They posted the farm's business license, organic certifications, and the latest lab test reports directly into the chat. At everyone, here are our sourcing channels and safety reports. Open and transparent. We welcome you to check anytime. As for certain people, just because they run a shady business doesn't mean everyone else does. We even took video of the truck loading at the farm. Look, this move was more powerful than any explanation. The trust in the new group skyrocketed. Brenda's rumors collapsed on themselves. Her niece, after playing on her phone in the empty shop for a few days and realizing there was no money for wages, finally snapped. She and Brenda got into a screaming match right in the store, and she bought a bus ticket home that same day. Auntie, I had rotten luck coming here to help you. You offended everyone yourself and tried to drag me down with you. I quit. Keep the wages. Bad vibes. Brenda was truly alone now. Her mental state deteriorated. Shirley said people saw her sitting alone at the shop door in the middle of the night, muttering to the empty shelves. You forced me. You all forced me. Her final death throes dealt her a fatal blow. A new tenant who didn't know the backstory bought her 90% off mangoes because they were cheap. She swore to him, absolutely fresh. If it's not fresh, I'll eat it myself. The result, a family of 3, vomiting and diarrhea, all sent to the ER. Acute gastroenteritis. The new tenant was furious. He stormed into her shop with the hospital diagnosis in hand. Brenda, you black-hearted witch, selling rotten fruit and putting people in the hospital. Refund. Pay the medical bills. Brenda was so scared she hid under her desk. The tenant called the police and posted the medical report and photos of Brenda hiding under the table to the main owners group. At everyone, Brenda's fruit shop sells rotten fruit and hospitalizes people. Unethical business. Do not fall for it. With that, Brenda's reputation was bankrupt. She had blocked off her last path of clearance sales. That night, she called me again. It was from a payphone. I answered. On the other end was a long, rambling sob story. She cried about how hard her life was, that her husband was divorcing her, that she knew she was wrong, begging for forgiveness. Annie, I really messed up. Please forgive me just this once. Explain it to the neighbors for me. I'm begging you. I listened quietly. When she finished crying, I said one thing. Brenda, when you kicked me out, did you think about today? When you put that family in the hospital, did you think about today? I hung up and blocked the number. A clean break. The lease on the fruit shop finally expired. Brenda couldn't hold on any longer. She had no money to renew. The landlord came and gave the final ultimatum. Brenda, vacate within 3 days, or I'm calling a crew to clear it out. You still owe me half a month of utilities. And throw away that rotten fruit. It stinks. Brenda could only tape a piece of A4 paper to the roller shutter of Brenda's boutique fruits. Store closing clearance. The handwriting was crooked. During the clearance, prices were dirt cheap. Everything 90% off. Cash only. But because of the hospitalized mango incident, the whole complex had blacklisted her. There were barely any takers. Occasionally, a passerby who didn't know the situation would try to go in, but kind neighbors would stop them. Don't buy. Her fruit makes people sick. The owner has a dark heart. Send a neighbor to the ER. Blacklisted shop. Closing down. Bad luck. Brenda could only watch her last chance slip away. She tried setting up a stall at the complex entrance. The security guard chased her off immediately. No vending here. It ruins the image of the property. Move along. She had to squat across the street, watching her last inventory rot away bit by bit. Shirley texted me. Annie just walked by. Brenda is packing up alone. Her hair is a mess. She looks desolate, squatting there crying. Her husband showed up, pointing at her nose and calling her a failure. Honestly, it looks a little pitiful. I replied, pitiful people often have hateful reasons for their state. If she had a shred of conscience, she wouldn't have ended up here. My heart remained unmoved. No schadenfreude, but absolutely no sympathy. This was the result of her own choices. 3 days later, the fruit shop was closed for good. The landlord had the sign taken down, leaving only an empty storefront and a messy floor. In the owners group, someone mentioned it. Brenda's fruit shop is closed. Someone replied, server right. Finally gone. Good riddance. Soon, the topic was drowned out by the order messages from the new group. Tonight's Georgia peaches direct from the farm. Anyone splitting case? Meh. +1. Brenda was thoroughly forgotten by the community. I heard she left the complex gray-faced, taking the last of her moldy fruit with her. Nobody knew where she went. I occasionally passed the empty storefront. A week later, a new sign went up. Lakeside Realty. I shook my head. Life had already turned a new page. Without Brenda's drama, life in the complex returned to its usual calm. Actually, it was better than before. The Lakeside Fresh Air group ran incredibly smoothly. Shirley and the volunteer moms organized everything perfectly, and the chat was lively every day. They didn't have a head organizer. They called themselves neighborhood service volunteers. The group didn't just do fruit anymore. They started group orders for milk, vegetables, and neighbors exchanged items. If someone made good food, they'd shout in the group, "I made dumplings, who want to try some? Stewed chicken soup tonight," sending a bowl down to Coco's mom. She's working hard with the kid. Relationships became more harmonious because of this transparent, fair group. As a regular member, I enjoyed the convenience. I didn't need to stare at notifications, handle returns, or worry about someone else's business. I just had to type +1 when I wanted fruit. This feeling was relaxed and pleasant. My relationship with Shirley became even closer after going through this together. We became best friends who talked about everything. Sometimes on walks, we'd bring up Brenda. Shirley sighed. "Annie, Brenda had such a great start." "Yeah," I nodded. In business, integrity and character are the foundation. She treated neighborhood friendship like a tool and kindness like a poker chip. She was bound to crash. She forgot that relationships are reciprocal. She thought she was kicking me out, but she was actually kicking out everyone's trust in her. I put more energy back into my own work and life. I signed up for a baking class and baked cakes and cookies on weekends. When they were done, I'd shout in the group at everyone, "Fresh Basque cheesecake out of the oven. Any neighbors want to taste? Bring a plate down." Shirley was always the first to respond. Me. Save me a slice." Coco's mom. "Annie has great skills. Start a baking by next time." I laughed and typed, "No problem." I was no longer the head organizer who had to work tirelessly to maintain relationships. I was just a regular resident in this community, enjoying the warmth of the neighborhood. I finally understood that the true head organizer isn't a title but a trust. What Brenda threw away was me, but also everyone's faith in her. That afternoon, the sunlight was perfect. Shirley and I were walking in the community garden. The volunteer moms from a new group were pushing a cart, handing out the lychees that had just arrived. "Annie, Shirley, try one." Smiling concubine lychees. So sweet, just off the truck. Fresh. I took one and peeled it. The translucent flesh, the sweet juice. Shirley smiled. "This is way better than Brenda's." I smiled. I squinted my eyes, looking at the laughter and joy around me. Everything had returned to the beauty and peace it was meant to be. Story complete.